everybody. Let's see if we can get this a little bit more focused in. There we go. I'll just sit here. There we go. So, hope you got a chance to see my last video from earlier today. Got a different microphone on right now. We are using the good one this time. Yeah. So, and we got a background mic too, in case you miss anything from up here. Clever, right? So, I told you before that I was gonna be working on the Berkeley Wind here. See, it's so hard to see if you can notice the in this little screen on the camera. But probably remember from the earlier video, this is what we're going to be working on right now. And I think I'm just going to make it kind of short. What I'm going to do here right now is take care of everything all at once and then play it. No, that would take all night and all day, and well, I think I would lose some sleep. But no, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take off the tuners, and we're going to take off the tailpiece. If you remember, I showed you how, they just kind of hook in these things here and kind of wrap around and then goes to different tuners. It works, but it doesn't work, if you can understand that theory. It works, but it doesn't work. It's not good enough, in other words. So, we're gonna get those taken off, and maybe we'll just put on the new tuners and the new tailpiece. So, please stand by while I get a tool or two and we'll get right to this. All it needs is just a Phillips screwdriver. If I'm looking carefully, if I'm seeing this correctly, it looks like it takes a Phillips screwdriver on the tuners, and on the bottom, hey, what do you know? A Phillips screwdriver. Who doesn't have a Phillips screwdriver in their home? A question for Google to answer. Ha-ha! Here we go. Here's our Phillips screwdriver. And as they say, let's go to town, or get her done. So let's take off this tailpiece first here. I wish I was better set up. Well, it looks like that's coming out pretty good. there's the first screw out, if you can see that. I should probably have some type of container to put all the old parts in. What do you think? So what do I have available that I could put old parts in? I think I know. Be right back. I'm back. So stick 'em up. Like my pistol grip coffee cup from Cabela's. Yep. That's my self-defense mechanism for the morning. Getting through the morning. Coffee. Yep. Not with this mug though. Even though it is pretty cool. I picked it, whoa, almost fell. I picked it up at Cabela's, of course, when I used to work there. So we'll put our parts in there and collect them all later. So here is screw number 2, coming loose. See, there we go. To a nice start. Yeah, these are coming out pretty good. Doesn't appear that they're stripped. That's always a good thing. But you know, it's always, there's always a way to fix stripped holes. There's always a way. And the way you can do that is, yeah, you could do it with wood filler, but then you'd have to drill out the hole again. Okay, and then maybe some of the wood filler would all come out, and you know, it'd just be better that you left it the same way and maybe put a bigger screw in, right? Well, no. I've learned that from watching these couple of repair guys that I mentioned in the last video, House That Never Sleeps and Rose's String Works. If you want to fill those little holes that might be stripped, or you might have to make them bigger or something, is to fill them, put some glue inside, and put a toothpick inside the hole. And then wait for the glue to dry. And then you just saw or snap the toothpick, cut the toothpick off at, maybe just a little bit over the surface. And then you can lightly sand the toothpick down to the surface and then re-drill a smaller hole and then put the right size screw in there and it will be just fine. So there's a little tip that I've learned. I never knew about this before. I thought, this is ingenious. Why didn't I think of this earlier? I just thought wood filler, re-drill, all done. So there you go. And even if you just have to fill a hole and not have to worry about it, you can always paint over it. Here's the next one coming out. Actually, the last one for our tailpiece. You can touch over it with any kind of nail polish, that you'd like. All right, here's our bridge coming off right there. There you go. That is the old tailpiece. And here is what it looks like. You might, if you can see the 3 holes right there. So we're gonna just wipe that down. All right, yeah. Looks like it needs to be cleaned up. So probably won't be putting any new parts on tonight. But as far as taking parts off, that's what we're gonna do. So, what was I thinking? I just turned on the camera, came right on, and just started doing all this stuff, and I didn't even greet you. Oh my God! How? Oh my God! Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, don't Santa Claus lean? No, sorry I didn't get to greet you properly, family, friends, and rockers. Put some love out there to all of you. Merry Christmas. Thank you all for cards that you sent me and Terry. We both very much appreciate your sentimental wishes for the Christmas season. Sorry that we both can't all be there to spend the holidays with you. Terry is going to be out of town visiting her nephews and brother in St. Louis. She very rarely gets to do that. I will be spending Christmas Eve with my sister and dad at their house, and probably Christmas Day I will be working. So I wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year upcoming. Hope the upcoming year is even better for all of you than it was this year and in previous years. So, sorry I didn't greet you properly at the beginning of the video. So, where did we leave off? Oh yes, we need to take off our tuners. The tailpiece just came off. So and on here there's a cover. And here is the cover. It just goes on, let's see, it goes on just like that. It just slides right over. Oh, wrong way. Here we go. It just slides right on like that, and it's on. So we'll put the old part in our cup. Wow, okay. Been a while since I had the camera set up and the microphones set up. Had to take it all down because of personal incident that occurred. I don't really wish to discuss it, but it was a little embarrassing. So, family would probably know about my earlier medical stuff that happened. So, I will just leave it at that. We're going to continue on taking parts off of our mandolin here. So, and I wanted to mention before, but I almost forgot. I was watching a video of a man that I don't know if this was set up or anything, but it sure did look pretty unusual. He found supposedly found an old acoustic guitar, I guess in the desert behind some branches or something, and he said, "Ooh, look what I found. A guitar," and it had a whole bunch of brush and branches stuffed inside the guitar, and he wanted to restore it, and he just did a god-awful job. Oh my god, he probably could have just donated it to somewhere and it would have turned out a whole lot better. But what brought me to thinking about this video was he was taking off the tuners, and it was the type of tuners, if you've ever seen these on an old acoustic guitar, where instead of the tuners coming out like you see here, they come they come down. And he was taking the gears apart. He unscrewed all of these little, let me see if I can show you here. Okay, if you can see these little screws, and the gear is on the outside. The screw is what holds the gear against the tuning knob. He unscrewed all of the gears, all 6 of the gears on this acoustic guitar. And I mean, why? Don't know. But and then after stripping all of the hardware off, he sanded the finish off. Oh my god. Go to my Facebook page and look up some of the videos. The last video before the YouTube video from today. Look it up and you'll just be amazed. It would have been better if he just left it alone in the first place. But I'm not going to go to that depth. I'm just going to take the whole strip off. There's 1, 2, 3 screws on each side that holds these against the back. And then, let's see, it looks like on the front you have ferrules here, the ferrules, which which you're seeing right here on the bottom, not the peg itself, but it's what the peg goes through. Okay, and those just push in. on most electric guitars they screw in with like a nut or something, but I'm noticing that these are just pushed in and can easily be pushed out, you know, with something. So we're not going to go to great depths on taking the gears off, and we're just going to take these little screws out that holds the whole thing on there. These screws are just all coming out really, really nice. See there? Yeah. And that's pretty good. There we go. Yeah, if I would have prepared a little bit better for this, I would have had my work table all set up, but screw fell on the floor, and luckily I found it. Okay. Yeah. And also, luckily, it's not a wood floor up here. It's carpeted, so it's not going to go bouncing all over the place. Let's see. These little center screws are the hardest. There we go. Got that one out. Yeah, because the center screws here are the hardest because it's the most tightest spot, and if you got big fingers, then it's gonna be, you know, that much more difficult to grip onto the screw. I think that was good. Come on, get out. There we go. Another one out. Two left. Got the two top ones here. The top one is going to be easy, just like the bottom one was. And let's see how tight this was up against the back. Oh my God, look at that. This side, all the screws are out, and it's still holding on there. Wow. So let's, this side right here. Oh, well, that's probably because the peg heads are holding them in place. Okay. All right. Just thought of that. All right, one more screw left, and we can probably pop these babies out. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. And that's the last screw right there. Okay. So now we should be able to just press these. There we go, just like that. How good is that? They just push right out ever so easily. Same way. Press right out. All right. There we go. It just came right out easy as pie. And maybe you're wondering, why am I replacing the peg heads? You know, these, the ones I'm taking off, seem to be in pretty good condition. Well, this is an old instrument, and I've got to guess that they are the original factory installed peg heads, tuners, and over time they just don't hold a tune very well anymore. So after a while, it's good to put a new set on there. Maybe switch gears, but switching those little gears, it can, to replace one, I mean, it's better just to do them all. So maybe somebody else will get some better use out of them. We'll see, if I decide to put them, up for sale or something. So let's see what we got going on the back here. Let's see. Right here seems to be maybe a little bit of cleaning up. If you can see. I know this isn't really a very good, video, or you can't really see much. I'm like, again, I'm sorry, I didn't get to set up my work table the way I probably would have wanted it, but when I do the other work, I'll have it set up probably in either the next video or the one after that. I'm still just wondering about this crack here. That really concerns me. Yeah. I'm hoping that it's just a finish crack right over here. If you can see. Yeah, you see that right there. I mean, it doesn't go the whole length, but you can clearly see that it's there. So we're gonna have to study that and maybe get some input on that. Okay, so we got to take these ferrules out. So what I like to do to get those out is push those through with a screwdriver, if I can, with either a larger screwdriver, or sometimes they'll come out just by tapping them with like probably a bigger screwdriver, I'm guessing, or something that would probably go in there. So in this case, I think, let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. I just got one of them out. See that? Yeah, I just got that one out. Yeah, with a little pair of needle nose pliers. Okay. So instead of searching through all my screwdrivers and doing more damage